So, in case you didn't think we went shopping, yes, we did. Okay, so I didn't just buy veggies. I also bought some carrots. So the cabbage came from Kathy at Crystal Green Farms. I also got some carrots. And then she also had a little cabbage, so yeah, I bought two. I got romaine hearts, cucumbers, and tomatoes because I was in the mood for a nice salad. And yeah, even though they're not so cheap this time of year, the cucumbers and tomatoes were actually on a really, really good sale at Walmart, so I grabbed them. I also grabbed 2 cartons of milk because we always have milk. And I also bought my bananas. Now, I did also get a package of socks because I needed socks. But that was what we spent this week for groceries. The romaine hearts were $5. That was the most expensive thing I bought. Cucumbers were on sale for $3. The tomatoes were on sale for $3. The bananas cost me just under $2. The cabbages and the carrots I bought from Kathy, and then with the milk. So I think in total I spent, I think it was $31. It's actually not too bad. Didn't buy any bread, didn't need any, nothing like that. But what I did do is I fixed something I did with bread. Kind of turned into a pineapple upside down bread. So I had some pineapple in the fridge I needed to use, and I made bread dough, but it didn't come out, so ta-da! Yeah. So everybody, welcome back to Simpler Living PEI. So what we're doing this week, we kind of shopped, but we're going to shop the house this week for all of our meals. I'm going to show you how we do stuff. Now, let's start with the menu. Here's our menu this week. So when I say we're going to shop the house, we're going to shop the ingredients for dinner. And tonight, we're having beef tortellini and salad. So, geez, let's check out the canned section. So we're going to be using stewed tomatoes and plain tomato sauce. Whoop, there we go. There we go. Plain tomato sauce. So let's start dinner. So one of the reasons I like using beef tortellini is mostly because I don't have to cook any meat. Whoops. Now this is going to be probably more sauce than we need, but we're also having chili later this week, so whatever's left over, I'll just put in the chili. There we go. Now I could have done it with just a jar of tomato sauce, but nah, I wanted more than just tomato sauce. Get our mortar out. Add some Italian seasoning. Probably a lot more than what you guys would use, but I wanted more. And some garlic. Here we go. Tiny pinch of salt. And we're actually using pre-ground pepper for this one, just so it's not quite so, in your face if you bite something. There we go, guys. We're gonna let this simmer. And once this is nice and tasty and thick, we'll make up our salad, make up our tortellini. And I'll show you how it looks once we get to dinner time. Sauce is done. Looks good, doesn't it? Water's boiling. And I continued our shopping trip and I went and got tortellini from the freezer. Ta-da! So our salads are also done. It's just cucumbers, tomatoes, a shredded carrot, probably more than what a lot of people would put on a salad, but I wasn't going to put a half a carrot back in the fridge. And a whole bunch of homemade croutons because We bought that focaccia bread, but I didn't use it all for what the original purpose was for. But I sure wasn't going to let that tasty focaccia go to waste. Okay guys, this is the cheapest and easiest cheats pasta dinner you've ever seen. So I cooked the tortellini. I'm going to toss it with the sauce. There you go. Dinner. Now, of course, I'll put a little bit of cheese on too, but I'm going to put a little bit more tomato, I think, because I kind of like sloppy pasta. We have our bowls, and we just divvy it up. Here we go. I usually put more sauce in mine than Fred's because, like I said, I like sloppy pasta. A little bit of cheese. A lot of cheese because I like a lot of cheese. There we go. Dinner served. And aside from the fresh veggies and the milk, we didn't get anything else this week. So, shopping around the house is a lot more than just dinner. I have got a lot of frozen rhubarb and some frozen cranberries. There's definitely going to be a lot more fruit than oatmeal in my breakfast this morning. We are continuing to shop the house this week. So I shopped the refrigerator for 4 carrots that we got from the farm because, yeah, being that I'm doing like a pot roasty dinner, I'm using the farm carrots as opposed to my frozen carrots. We have 2 big potatoes that Fred shopped for me upstairs in the bins where all the potatoes are stored. And we shopped the freezer for 1 wicked huge steak. We got this half price, so it came to $5.10. So, our shop the house dinner tonight is a pot roast steak. So we don't eat a lot of steak, but if I can get the thicker steaks like that for a really good price, we just kind of cook them like we cook a pot roast. You will be amazed at how well it actually comes out. And that's actually a fair-sized meal for the pair of us, so there's probably going to be leftovers for Fred tomorrow. Let's put dinner together. So, how many of you still have an old boy like that? Yeah, this thing's been around for a while, can you tell? Okay, we got a few onions in there. Here is our steak. Oh, looks good. All right, let's get the carrots and potatoes in. We have got our meat, our potatoes, our onions, our carrots. We'll add a little bit of water. There we go. Now the seasonings that I'm putting on are ridiculously easy. A little bit of rosemary. So a couple of pinches out of my jar here. A little bit of thyme. Same thing. A couple of pinches out of my jar. Some salt. Not a lot. And some pepper. Pepper's got a little bit more to it. There we go. And like I said, easy peasy dinner. Now if this was going to feed a family of 4, add some greens, veggies, some salad, whatever. This is going to go in the oven. I'll show you what it's like when it's done. Well, dinner is ready. Ta-da! So, yeah, I know, making dinner this early, it's not going to look quite this good when we eat it, but I shopped the house. Dinner's made. Now it's time to go to work. This is the perfect day to shop the house. Wow. The rest of the tomato sauce that we made for the tortellini a couple of days ago. Let's get a jar of tomatoes. Let's grab a package of hamburger. And finally, a can of kidney beans. On a day like today, we are totally making chili for supper. Ooh, we're shopping for one more thing. We're going to use up the rest of these peppers too. Okay, tomatoes are in. Last of the tomato sauce are in. I added chili powder, cumin, paprika, and some black pepper. I'm going to let this simmer for probably about an hour. Then we'll drop the kidney beans in and give it a taste. There we go, guys. I added the beans. Has to simmer for maybe another 20 minutes. And yeah, dinner's already done. Shopping the house is working well for us this week. You know I can't make chili without a nice fresh loaf of cheddar bacon bread. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Ha, I love my bread machine. No, of course not baked in the bread machine. Baked in the oven. I'll cut it open later once it's not so hot. Okay, cheater dinner today. We are shopping for turkey pot pie. Yeah, I think we're going to shop for some beets today too. Got him. There we go. Cooking from scratch without actually cooking from scratch. Hey, just because I'm shopping the freezers for this week's entire menu doesn't mean that it's still not going to be tasty good stuff. Breakfast today. Just enough pancake mix for one and way more blueberries than I need. So, still shopping the freezer, using up the blueberries. So for these kind of scenarios, when you only have to cook for you because your Fred gets up 3 hours before you do because he has a crazy internal clock, these little pans, these are the best for just one big, nice pancake. Just saying. Another freezer meal, shepherd's pie, but I forgot to take it out last night, so will it be thawed out enough to warm up for dinner? I guess we will find out. And a little Burgess buttercup squash. Gonna let that bake, so if all else fails, we'll at least have squash for dinner. It is bolognese time. So, I took out one of the bigger things of ground beef we had in the freezer. I've got 2 medium onions. Well, smallish, medium-ish. We actually don't have very many onions left from the garden. And I'm going to chop up 3 large garlic cloves from the freezer. So those 2 cloves of garlic were pretty big, so I put one back. I think those 2 are going to be more than enough. We'll let this cook, and then we'll keep going. Alright, so we're going to pop some oregano in, a little bit of thyme, just a little bit of salt, and some pepper. Okay, so what we're putting in is a large jar of tomato sauce, a smaller jar of the Italian spiced tomato sauce, and tomato paste, because we want this nice and thick. Start with the big jar, just in case I don't need the little jar. All I can smell is that oregano and thyme. Oh. Oh, we might just need the tomato paste, guys, because I want this nice and meaty. gosh, that smells so good. Oh, I think we're good. We might not need that big jar at all, guys. So we're going to let this simmer. This is going to cook for probably a couple of hours because I like it that way. If I need to add the little jar, I will. But I don't think I'll have to. But we're not going to waste that last little bit of tomato paste either. Turn this right down because I turned it up too high to warm it back up. But pasta water's ready. Check these out. Are they not the coolest looking things? So I'm only going to put maybe about half. There we go. Ta-da! Just going to use the same spoon. Alrighty guys, and I made some garlic toast, so this pasta takes about 16 minutes, it says on the package. Of course I put these in the wrong pan, so a few of them stuck to the bottom. Totally annoying. I must remember to use the right pot. Don't they look cool though? Almost done. Pasta's done. Add this fabulous sauce. Doesn't that look phenomenal? That, turn the burner right off. That looks good. Yeah, I'm making a mess. Alright, so this is dinner, guys. Yay! A little bit of cheese for Fred. Okay, a little bit more than a little bit of cheese for me, because I like my cheese. Ta-da! Okay, not real bolognese. I know that. But it's tasty, it's homemade, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. So, well, I suppose this isn't the same as eating the pantry, but when you have a lot of potatoes, you have turkey stock, you have a can of cheddar cheese soup, you make potato soup. So I never make it the same every time either. This one has got bacon, onions, parsley, garlic, cheddar cheese soup, potatoes. It's pretty good. And we also took the last 4 cans of tomatoes out of the freezer. Now this has got a long way to cook down yet. So I cooked the tomatoes for probably about 2 hours. I milled them. And now I've added basil, thyme, granulated garlic, granulated onion. We're making pizza sauce. So yeah, eating down the pantry and eating down the freezer, well, shopping the house. This one, I guess, is more shopping the house. Doesn't mean just the freezer. It's not even cooked yet and it already looks good. Shopping the house is working. Check it out. That is an empty brown rice container. Haha. So I'm going to wash this up and we'll put the other bag in. So I was kind of just having a little bit of fun when I said we're just going to shop the house. But basically I just thought I'd show you a few other things we're doing to clear out all this food. Now the one freezer, I know, doesn't look that much different. Those are the lumpia that we bought. But it's getting down. I have one more soup right there of that potato soup that we made because we had some left. The freezer meals are not being used as much. You can see there's quite a few back there because we're trying to eat the food. We do have some fries left. All of the little packages of hamburger have now moved into the drawer. And yeah, we still have a big turkey. But the other freezer looks totally different. So we've got, of course, the couple of flatbreads and the fries that we bought. Whoops. But the neat thing is that everything that was down in that gap is gone. And under the box, look, I can get the box out easily. So I did put the one bag of fries down here just to get it out of the way. And no tomatoes left. All the tomatoes have been turned into pizza sauce. So this freezer is slowly emptying out. That makes me happy. The neat thing is now I can push that box to the back and nothing will slide down that gap anymore. All right. So I ended up with 9 jars of pizza sauce. Fabulous. So makes my life a little easier. Now I'm not opening a big can or jar of spaghetti sauce to make pizza. So 4 gallons? Yeah, 4-gallon bags of pizza. Or sorry, tomatoes turned into pizza sauce. So yay. Now I do need to go and get some more veggies, and I need some more healthier snacks, things like that for work, but we'll talk about that on payday. I don't know, maybe we'll head up to K's. They always have lots of big bags of veggies for decent prices. But anyway, guys, that was our shopping the house, like I said. We don't have any tomatoes left. The lettuce is gone. A few cucumbers, not very many. I've been using those for snacks, so healthy stuff. Scary, isn't it? Alrighty, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time as we continue our simpler life here on PEI.